Hello everyone, it's Debbie Gilbert from the Business Awards Show, also the owner of the Best Businesswomen Awards. And today, my guest is Premila Puri from the Be Kind movement, winner of Charity Champion of the Year in the Best Businesswomen Awards. So she has literally won this award 2 weeks ago, the Gold Award for the most outstanding female in charity. So welcome, Premila.
Hi, Debbie. So lovely to be here and to actually, be talking to you finally.
It's great. And it was lovely to meet you on the awards night, very briefly, I know, because it was a very hectic evening. And we're really excited to be supporting your charity next year at our awards. So, we're going to have a lot more contact with each other over the next 12 months. So I'm keen to share with everybody what inspired you to start the Be Kind movement.
I would say a combination of reasons and experiences. My family had always been quite charitable. I come from India and grew up in the Netherlands. So we would always go back to India and there was always some, charitable project my parents were involved in. So I think growing up with that sense of giving was always there. So it was always a question of when I would do something rather than if. So I think that was the reason I had started to explore, and I was helping out different charities and projects. I guess when I said different experiences, I guess one day I remember sitting in my living room with my husband and just had my head in my hands thinking, I just wish the world wouldn't be so cruel, would be just nicer and kinder. And I think it was a combination of experiences, the memory of being bullied in school when we moved from India to Holland, working in just toxic work environments, and social experiences as well, that all kind of came together to make me feel that way. And literally that name, Be Kind Movement, was literally a tube light moment. It just came to me and I just thought, I'm going to go for it. It just felt so right. So that's how it started in 2015. And the actual transformation of Be Kind Movement didn't actually happen till a few years later after that.
So tell everyone more about what the Be Kind movement actually does. So I think we need to know.
Yes. So what we do is we build emotional intelligence skills in children and young people using kindness and short films. So I guess, when I said the turning point for Be Kind movement, what I meant to say was a few years ago, my husband narrated an incident that happened to him with a spider in a car. And that just so inspired me as a film producer to want to make this into a film and share the story with the world. And that was a catalyst for Be Kind Movement's Kindness in School program, because that story became a film called Itzy. That little film, Itzy, traveled around the world, winning several awards and being screened at 20 film festivals from Africa to sort of Far East to Europe to America and Canada. And a friend of mine who delivers mental health workshops in schools saw it and felt that it would land really well in schools. And like I said, that's where Kindness in School program came into place. And I put together the kindness framework, which is about 10 values. And that is what we do. We go into schools and we talk to children about these 10 values of kindness, whether it's courage, whether it's integrity, whether it's resilience. We talk to children and we talk to them by showing them always a film to start the workshop with. And then we dissect the film, then we play creative games, activities, and we just give children the space to feel, to think, to connect with themselves emotionally. And we just delivered about 2 weeks ago three workshops to 80 children. And the feedback, not just from children, but even teachers and the staff, was phenomenal. You know, these children are just so insightful and so creative. And there were children who were saying, we don't always express how we feel. We don't really, tell our parents how there was just dynamism in the room. So that's what we do. We go in using Kindness in School program as an intervention and preventative tool, starting with primary children, which I think is so vital to inculcate in these children values that will turn into life skills that will, hopefully, as young adults, help them to lead communities or lead teams, or just have families that have resilient, characters and a strong foundation. So that's what we do. And we do it through films, like I said. So ITZY is a real mascot for the charity, and we're now making ITZY into animation. So it's the animated spider who's a sort of buddy to children, the friendly neighborhood spider that advises and guides children on things such as cyberbullying or racism, or even something so simple as not being hard on yourself. Self-care, kindness to yourself, which is again something that comes out so much in classrooms. Children put so much pressure on themselves. And so I feel very strongly, having been bullied, having those types of not very happy experiences, that makes me so passionate about ensuring that children's school-going experience is memorable, is happy, and that we put social and emotional learning needs at the heart of children's experiences in school. So entertain, educate, empower, the 3 E's. That's what we do.
You're covering a lot of topics there, but the overall sort of the overarching topic is kindness, and all of these other topics are filtering down, which is absolutely brilliant and incredible. And you've brought your experience as a filmmaker to start this charity, because that is your other job, is you're also a filmmaker as well.
Yeah, that's right. So
how do you combine all of this?
Well, variety is a spice of life. I'm phenomenally bored if I had just one job, which I did many, many years ago in the corporate world, and I loved it and it was great. But yeah, I have lots of interests, and I think the most important thing is I like change. I think, transforming, not being in one place, in one way of thinking, sort of like a rubber band, when stretched, never returns to its original dimension. So yes, my professional background is that of a film producer, and I produce, entertaining and socially impactful content that is all about the human experience. It's all about resilience and grit and compassion. I am also the founder of Kindness in Film, which is an initiative I set up earlier this year. There's so much happening in the film industry, which I think, if we looked at it from a different lens of kindness, could lead to more productive teams, more emotionally well-balanced people, less stress, less depression, less, all of those mental health statistics that we come across. So the initiative is all about fostering a kinder approach to filmmaking in front of and behind the camera. And we had a really successful summit earlier this year. So it keeps me busy, has been keeping me busy. But part of the work that I do with Be Kind Movement has led me to speak with businesses who've approached me to say, we love what you're doing with children about creating a culture of kindness. is there something you could do for us? And so that's led me to the kindness consultancy work that I do, which is about, speaking to businesses about putting people at the heart, of their business. It's about purpose and profits aligning. It's about recognizing that kindness is um, is the pulse of the organization. If you are kindness in action, you actually have productive workers, happy workers, and that's so there's a huge conversation around that. So I'm busy with that. But the common thing with everything, Debbie, is kindness. Whether it's kindness in film, whether it's kindness in business, whether it's kindness in school, it is about kindness. And I'm just very happy that my journey around kindness started all the way back in 2015. So by the time we're now here, where everybody's talking about kindness, we've embedded the foundation of kindness in schools and are making a difference and impacting children. So yes, lots happening. But like I said, I think, my purpose in life is to spread kindness. So whether it's done through adults or through children, that's what drives me. So somehow I managed to do it all.
That's an amazing manifesto to have in life. I love that. So obviously you're on the Business Awards show where we talk about awards. Now, your films have obviously won a number of awards, but the charity, this is the first award you've won on behalf of the charity. So talk us through what made you enter the Best Businesswomen Awards and what that experience was like for you.
Yes. The first ever award that we entered was the Best Businesswomen Awards. And the reason I decided to enter it is I came across it and I just thought, wow, I really love the sound of this platform. I love the fact that there is an award show that is just purely dedicated for women. And I love the fact that you, amongst all the amazing awards, you actually had one that was for, a charity. And yes, I looked through it. I think we were also coming to that phase in our evolution where, we went from 2 volunteers, the pre-pandemic, to 30 at one point in time. And as a result, more hands at deck means more, you're producing more, our traffic, website traffic, a social media traffic, but even things like, grants. We'd never applied to grants. And last year, within year, we've won 8 grants, from National Lottery to Tesco's to Post Office to, I can't even, we won awards. And we've gone from, is it 166%, I think is the figure, when I was last looking at budget. That's our revenue increase within a year, 160%. Wow. So I'm thinking, wow, so that's happening. We've got an increase in volunteers. We're winning grants. We have touched 1,000 children with workshops, 17 schools, 30 plus workshops. Where can I go and tell people about this, right? So I think one of the reasons for signing up was just that, just drawing attention to this incredible work that, we've done in the last year. And I want people to know that we do kindness workshops so they can go, oh my God, I want to get my school involved in this. So how do I shout about it? And I think, recognizing awards as one of the avenues to shout out about the organization was why I entered it. And I just thought, if we win it, it'll be such a great testament to the volunteers. These are just phenomenal people to have, many have gone back to furlough, others have always had jobs and have given us their valuable time. So just to say to them, well done, guys, this is, your work, I think was another reason for applying it. And I'm sure I can think of lots of other reasons, but I'm just a bit wary of time. I can easily talk, Debbie. So tell me to stop.
You had volunteers come to you during the furlough situation, just literally came to you and said, what can we do to help you? That's
Totally.
amazing. Yeah.
So, so I found there were a couple of websites, doit.org, Reach, and we put up some vacancies. And to be honest, the vacancies had always been there. We added one or two extra, and then they just came and they
Yeah.
came and they wouldn't stop. And I was like, I'm loving this. This is incredible.
It's amazing.
Suddenly, every department of the organization had someone. I'd never had that experience before. I've gone from, looking after one or two volunteers personally to managing, overseeing 30 and having direct reports that were 7 or 8. So my learning curve has been so steep. So I would say to anybody who's watching this, if you're thinking, should I? Yeah, definitely. Please do. Because outside of all these reasons that I've just given in terms of, awareness to your charity and the cause and volunteers, I think it's just great to just go and have an award that recognizes you personally, because, whether you're a startup or you're a small charity, there's always an incredible amount of sacrifice involved.
Definitely.
Outside of the late hours and everything, there's a lot of personal and financial sacrifices involved. So you're fighting against the odds with a shoestring of a budget. So go out there, put yourself out there, and like me, if you win it,
you've got to be in it to win it, haven't you, at the end of the day?
Totally. And
you've got to put yourself out there.
Completely. And I was just also wanted to just say, Debbie, it's a fun night. Thank you.
Thank you.
Such a fun night. And, you get to celebrate, as you know, I think on my table knew how shocked I was when I got over it. Wow. I mean, it was anyway incredible night, but just to celebrate your success in full on glory, such a thunderous environment, with such inspiring, lovely, humble women around was just, come on.
Yeah.
Go for it.
Well, your passion for kindness comes across so clearly. What I'd like to do is give you the opportunity to share what you're working on at the moment, so we can be kind to you and help you promote anything that you've got going on at the moment that can push this charity out even further to more people.
Yes, we always have something beavering away. To be honest, yes, there are a couple of things that we are so keen on right now. Just to start off with, we would love some volunteers. We would just love some kind people to give us their valuable time, and whether it's in social media or digital marketing or just fundraising, but we're actively looking for 1 or 2 trustees to strengthen our board. And I think given how small we are now, because a lot of volunteers have returned to furlough, and we're still sort of 15, 16 employees, volunteers, and we have a number of Kickstarters who will be joining us. And we've worked with a Kickstart program, which is the government program to help 16 to 24-year-olds. So, but because we're quite small, we have changed our business model slightly to say, we've always done community events, but moving forward, we're actually going to scale those back, and we are going to focus on building and boosting our grants team, because we have had such success in that. And then also partnerships. We're really looking for corporate partners. So we've had such success with the ones that we do have at the moment, but that's what we really need to grow. And, corporate partners come in many different guises. So with Enjoy Stevie, which, they're run by this incredible founder, Stevie, a discounted platform. So they have actually provided us with in-kind services, which is so amazingly helpful. And Kind Natured are a beauty retailer, and our logo is on their beauty products, which sell in Boots. And that, we get a percentage of proceeds. So those kinds of corporate partners we're really, would love to have. I think that is really something that I'm putting a lot of my time into. And I think There are certainly fundraising projects we're working on at the moment. The one that I would really love to mention is Kindness Academy. So we're building a digital platform which um, which is the digital version of what we do face to face in schools. So we will have digitized kindness workshops. We will have a whole raft of tools and tips to help children's mental and emotional well-being. So we're raising money on Aviva's platform. They have been so terrific, you know, over so many of our projects, with their employees donating to their project, to their favorite causes. So we're working with them, and you know, if anyone's interested in listening whilst listening to this podcast, please do, you know, go to our website, which is bekindmovement.co.uk, and you'll find all the links there, which will take you that, you know, through to the campaign. And I guess I would also just say, Debbie, that subscribe to our website, you know, become regular givers, every penny counts, you know, just all the stuff that charities would say. But for us, given where we are, the partnerships, the volunteers, is so important. And, you know, please get involved. You know, what we do with children today means that we're building a future generation, you know, a future generation which builds a world that is a kinder world for our children, but also don't we all want to live in kinder communities and societies? I mean, you know, crime free, and, you know, without the bullying and without all of that. So I think investing what we invest today, we're going to reap tomorrow, and children are those gems really that we want to invest in.
That is such a great message to finish our conversation today. We are very excited to be working with you next year, and excited to see the development of the charity going forwards. I think, you know, incredible what you've achieved so far, but I know there's so much more. So, you know, if you've been listening to the podcast or watching the video, please go and subscribe and have a look at what the Be Kind movement are up to, and do share. Let's all be kind to each other. So thank you for joining me today, Premila, and I look forward to seeing you very soon. Thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for the platform, Debbie. Have a well, keep doing the amazing work you do, giving us, you know, charities like us a spotlight. So thank you.
Thank you.